13, number 13 from the study guide A. Study guide A. Here we go. Yeah. I'm still going to finish study guide A. Here we go. It says, simplify the expression 2/3, 64 to the 2/3 power. So we need to rewrite this. This becomes 64 to the 1/3 times 2. And what do we know about roots with a fractional exponent? They become, powers to the fractional exponent, they become roots. This becomes to the 3rd root, and that's 64. And that stays in parentheses. What goes outside? The exponent of 2. At that point, we're thinking, what number times itself, because we're looking for the cube roots, what number times itself gives us 64? And then you try 1 times 1 times 1, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times 3 times 3, and it seems like it's 4 times 4 times 4. So we write 4 inside of the parentheses, and we bring the exponent over. This one we rewrite. This becomes 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. Okay? From, let's look at this one. Number 14. Give me a second. Number 14. We have 2 expressions. We have this one inside of the parentheses and this one in a root form. When they're side by side, it has multiplication. So there's multiplication in between. I'm going to indicate it right there. So we have an exponent outside. We're going to distribute times each of the exponents inside. So this becomes a to the 36th power and b to the 6 over 2. Is that correct? From there, I simplify. A to the 36, b to the 6 divided by 2, that's 3. From there, to simplify this root, what do we know about exponents and indexes? That they do what? They divide, right? So 3 divided by 3 is 1. So this becomes b to the 1st, and there's what? Multiplication in between. Therefore, when we multiply same basis, we add the exponent. So this becomes a to the 36 times b to the 4th. Number 15. For number 15, we first need to identify the degree of each term. So here we go. This one, 2nd degree. This one, 0 degree. This one, 5th degree. This one, 3rd degree. This one, 4th degree. This one, 1st degree. So we need to make sure we rewrite these, including that sign in front of them, so that we write each term from greatest degree to least degree. So my greatest degree is this one. So I'm going to write negative 10 x to the 5th. I'm done with that. Next one, negative x to the 4th. Next one, negative x to the 3rd. Next one, plus 10x squared. Next one, minus 6x. And at the end, plus 2. So, first part is done. The standard form is done. Next, leading coefficient is negative 10, so that's negative 10, and we're done. So these 2 things I want for number 15. 16, here we go. Subtract. So for this one, look at this parentheses right here. Do they have any signs in front of it? No, so I just rewrite this. This is 7e cubed minus e squared. This one has a negative in front of it, which tells us to change all these to their opposite signs. If this is a positive e cubed, then it changes to a negative e cubed. This is a positive 3e squared, it changes to a negative 3e squared. This is a negative 2, it changes to a positive 2. From there, let's combine like terms. 7e cubed, take away 1e cubed, that leaves us with 6e cubes. From there, negative e squared, and negative 3e squared gives us negative 4e squared. And then at the end, plus 2. All right, let's continue. Number 17. 17. Here we go. 17. It says multiply. Notice on number 17, there's multiplication throughout. Does everybody see that? So that means we can use commutative properties. That means we can multiply in whichever order, and we're still going to get the same answer. That's called closure. Remember that? And so therefore, with that said, I'm going to focus on the numbers only. I'm going to focus on 8 9 times 18. When we multiply these two, I need to write this as a fraction. So therefore, this becomes, yes. Does everybody see that we can simplify these two fractions because of the same multiple? So 9 divides into 9, that becomes 1, and this one becomes 2. 8 times 2, that's 16. 1 times 1 is 1, so this becomes 16. So we're done with the numbers. Okay, let's focus on the variables. X to the 4th times x cubed becomes x to the 7th power. Y to the 2nd times y to the 3rd becomes y to the 5th. S to the 5th times s to the 4th becomes s to the 9th. And we're done. Okay? Number 18. 18. Here we go. It says multiply. So that means I'm going to distribute, everybody look up, this term times each of these. So I'm going to start first times this one. So let's see. C6 times C6. C to the 6 times C to the 6 becomes C to the 12. D to the 1st times D to the 2nd, that's D to the 3rd. And what is the coefficient of this one? 1. What is 1 times 3? 3. So we're done with the first term. Then it's plus. Now I do the same thing, this one, but now times the second term. So let's see. What is C to the 6 times C to the 2nd? C to the 8. D to the 1st times D to the 5th, that's D to the 6th. This is a coefficient of 1. 1 times 2, that's 2. Okay, let's look at it. Can we combine this term with this term? No, because even though they have the same variables, they need to have the exact same exponents in order to combine the coefficients. So from there, I am done. Yes. Everybody look up, please. The question was, what if we had something like this? Everybody look up, please. 3c12 d cubed plus 5c12 d cubed. Are they the same variables? Are they the same exact exponents? Yes, so here we just focus on the coefficients. So what is 3 plus 5? 8. So then in this case we would combine and we just write c12 d cubed. That's the only time we can combine, when they have the exact same variables, exact same exponents. Okay? But since this is not the case here, that's why we don't combine them. Okay? Number 19. 19. It says multiply. So here we go. So here, we're going to use distributive property. I'm going to start with the first term. First term is z, and I'm going to distribute to these two. So what is z times z? Z squared. Z times 3. 3z. I'm done with that term, so I'm going to multiply the second term times these two. So what is negative 5 times z? Negative 5z. And negative 5 times positive 3, that's negative 15. So far, so good? So once we multiply, we're done. So at this point, we're going to add. Okay? So this stays the same, z squared. This is 3z minus 5z, that becomes negative 2z, and I bring down the negative 15. And we're done. We can't combine any more, so we're done. Now check this out. Why is it that we do first multiplication and then addition if it says multiply? Let me show you again. Here it goes again. Everybody look up. If they give me the numbers 12 times 13, okay, if I multiply those, everybody look up. And I have 12, I multiply those, 12 times 13. Check this out. What is 3 times 2? That's 6. 3 times 1, that's 3. 1 times 2, that's 2. And 1 times 1 is 1. Am I done multiplying? Yeah, I'm done multiplying. I'm done. So at this point, what is it that I do here? I add. Let's see, this is 6. What is 3 plus 2? 5, and this is 1. That's why here we multiply first and then we add. It's the same process. Okay? Let's go to the next one, number 20. 20. Okay, here we go. Number 20. Multiply. I'm going to start with the first term, which is 6x, and I multiply that times all 3 terms over here. So I'm going to start with the first one. 6x times x cubed becomes 6x to the 4th. Because x times x cubed, that's x to the 4th. 6x times 2y. What is 6 times 2? 12. What is x times y? X, y. 6x times 4 plus 24x. Are we there so far? Okay, second term. I'm going to box this second term, and I'm going to multiply again times all these 3. Negative 12 times x cubed. Negative 12x cubed. Negative 12 times 2y. Negative 24y. Negative 12 times 4, that's negative 48. So far, so good? All right, let's look at it. Do we have any x to the 4th? No, so I just rewrite it, 6x to the 4. Do I have any xy's? No, so I bring that down, 12xy. Do I have any 24x's or x's by themselves? Any x's by themselves? No, I just bring that down, 24x. Do I have any x cubes? No, I bring that down, negative 12x cubed. Do I have any y's by themselves aside from that one? No, I bring that down, and minus 48. And therefore, we are done. It's simplified. If you see that you don't have any common or like terms, you don't have to rewrite it, just box your answer. 21. For number 21, this says to rewrite it first in order to multiply how many times? Twice. So this becomes 7r plus 5s, and we're going to rewrite that twice. 7r plus 5s. So now, we're going to go ahead and multiply this first term, 7r, times these 2 terms. So let's see, what is 7 times 7? 49, r times r, that's r squared. So, 7r, here we go. 7r times 5s. So 7 times 5, that's positive 35. R times s, that's rs. So we're done with that term. Let's go to the next one. 5s times 7r. 5 times 7, that's positive 35. S times r, that's SR. We can write it as RS. Okay? Next, 5s times 5s. 5 times 5, that's 25. S times S, that's S squared. All right, so now that we multiplied, we're done with multiplication. So write multiply, we're done, check mark. So now we're going to add. And let me get some help. Yes? Yeah. So here, what do we have? 49r squared stays the same. So now, can we combine these? Yeah, they have the exact same variables, exact same exponents. So what do we have? This becomes 70rs. Thank you. And then you bring down plus the 25s squared. And that is simplified. The question was, if I'm multiplying 5s times 7r, shouldn't it be 35sr? Yes. However, if we write this in alphabetical order, isn't it the same as rs? So now check this out. Why is it that I can move it around? Because once again, it's multiplication and it's the commutative property. It's the same. Isn't that true? So check this out. If I had this, everybody look up, 2 times 3. Could I still write that as 3 times 2? Yes? Okay. So, because this is 6 and this is 6, it gives me the same thing. So with variables, if I have SR, that means I can write it as RS. As long as it's the same variables, exact same exponents, yes. Okay? Let's go to the next one, number 22. 22. Here we go. Let's multiply this. In order to multiply, we need to rewrite it. We need to rewrite this by writing it twice. So this becomes x minus 8 times x minus 8. That becomes, let's see, I'm going to multiply first the first term, which is x times these two. So x times x, that's x to the second. X times negative 8, that's negative 8x. Next, the second term, negative 8 times x, that becomes negative 8x. Negative 8 times negative 8 becomes positive 64. Once again, I'm done with multiplication. Now I'm going to add. So let's see. We're left with x squared. Combine these two right here, negative 8 and negative 8. That's negative 16x. And bring down the plus 64, and we are done. Okay? Let's go to number 23. Michael Jordan. Here we go. So, look at number 23. Everybody look up, please. Notice that it's already rewritten for us. All we have to do is multiply. So check this out. I'm going to circle my first term, which is r. What is r times r? R squared, or r to the second. R times negative 8, that's negative 8r. Next, the second term. What is 8 times r? Positive 8r. What is 8 times negative 8? Negative 64. So therefore, did we multiply already? Yes. Now we're going to add, which is combine like term. So let's see. Are there any other r squares? No. I bring that down. R squared. Can I combine this with this? What is 8 minus 8? 0. So these cancel, and we're left with negative 64. Bring that down, and we're done. All right, so at this point, I'm going to stop here. I want you guys to go to your study guide B, and I want you to focus from numbers 1 all the way through 23. Then I'm going to take questions. For those of you online, make sure you're studying study guide A and B, numbers 1 through 23. And I'm going to post this video, and then I'm going to follow up with 2 more videos to do the last part of the study guide. All right? All right, continue, please.